The tribulation is a period of 7 years that the Bible prophesies as a time of great distress and suffering on earth, also known as the end times. It is split into two 3.5-year parts, the first half being the tribulation, and the last half being the Great Tribulation. The tribulation is spoken about in the book of Revelation, the last book of the Bible. The tribulation begins when a peace treaty is signed between Israel and a world leader, who will be seen as a charismatic peacemaker, often referred to as the Antichrist. This event kicks off the 7-year countdown. The world is described as experiencing wars, as nation will rise against nation. There will be famines, earthquakes, and other natural disasters. These events are often referred to as birth pains, indicating the intensifying of troubles as the period progresses. There will be false prophets who will show great signs and wonders to mislead. Amongst this, 2 witnesses will appear during the first half of the tribulation. They will prophesy and will boldly testify about God's coming judgments, calling people to repentance. They will have the power to shut the heavens so it doesn't rain. They will turn water to blood, and if anyone tries to harm them, fire will come from their mouth. The Bible doesn't mention the names of the 2 witnesses, but many believe they could possibly be Moses and Elijah. Halfway through the tribulation, the Antichrist will betray the peace covenant with Israel, with the intention to take control of the world, and he will succeed. He will claim to be God and will demand worship. During these times, to buy and sell, the Antichrist introduces a mark known as the Mark of the Beast, as a means of controlling the rich and poor on the earth. To buy and sell, you will have to take his mark. This mark, possibly manifested as a microchip or a symbol, becomes a symbol of allegiance to the Antichrist's reign and will be in the right hand or forehead. Those who worship the beast or take the mark will drink from the cup of God's wrath. We encounter 3 significant sets of divine judgments known as the 7 seals, the 7 trumpets, and the 7 vials. These judgments serve as a wake-up call to humanity, urging repentance and a turning back to God. The 7 seals. The opening of the first 4 seals alone reveal the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. A white horse representing conquest, a red horse representing war, a black horse representing famine, and a pale horse representing death. The 7 trumpets. The 7 trumpets sounded by 7 angels represent a series of devastating events. The Bible tells us that when the 6th trumpet is sounded, a voice says to the 6th angel who had the trumpet, "Release the 4 angels who are bound at the great river Euphrates to kill 1/3 of mankind." The 7 vials. The 7 vials, or the bowl judgments, are a more concentrated and direct form of God's judgment. These judgments target those who have rejected God and worship the Antichrist. As each bowl is poured on the earth, they cause great pain and suffering. Just the 7th vial alone creates an earthquake so big that mountains will disappear. Amidst the turmoil, God chooses and seals 144,000 individuals as tribulation saints. They are appointed to bear witness and share the gospel during this challenging time, despite facing immense persecution. As the tribulation nears its end, the ultimate confrontation between the forces of good and evil unfolds. The armies of the Antichrist gather for a final battle against Jesus Christ and his heavenly host. In a climactic moment, Jesus Christ returns triumphantly, defeating the Antichrist and establishing his kingdom on earth. The tribulation concludes with the restoration of peace, the renewal of creation, and the eternal reign of Christ. Those that come to Jesus during the tribulation will face persecution and may have to give up their life for their faith, but those who do not will suffer greatly, not just in the tribulation, but also at the final judgment. This presentation is only but a glimpse of the tribulation and the hard times that are to come.